We have some developing trade news regarding cornerback Jaylon Johnson for the Bears. We reported last night that the Bears and Jaylon Johnson representation have had a breakdown in contract negotiations. And as a result, Jaylon Johnson has requested a trade from the Bears. And that trade request was granted by the Bears to go seek a trade partner. Well, it's been reported multiple times that the San Francisco 49ers have shown interest in cornerback Jaylon Johnson, and it has been reported yet again this morning, this time via Ed Werner of ESPN. But he provides a couple more specifics than what we've had previously. Apparently, there are multiple teams who are interested in trading for the young cornerback, and it appears that right now it's between the 49ers and the Bills, who are teams that are discussing a potential trade with the Bears. It was earlier reported that the Cowboys would be interested, but I did see from Josina Anderson that the price right now for Jaylon Johnson is just too much for the Cowboys, and it does appear the Cowboys are out. So it does look like, as it stands right now, the 49ers and the Bills could potentially be in a bit of a bidding war to potentially trade for cornerback Jaylon Johnson. Now, right now, Jaylon Johnson is probably the top potential player who could be traded and had during the trade deadline period. He is a 24-year-old cornerback, uh, former second round pick, top 50 overall, and has been a quality player this season and in years past. But apparently, the Bears don't feel that he's a part of their rebuild plan, and they are going to move off him. Interestingly enough, just about 5 minutes ago, the Bears have traded for Commanders defensive end Montez Sweat, who was also linked to the San Francisco 49ers. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the San Francisco 49ers ultimately do at the deadline, because again, Montez Sweat is now a Bear, and they traded a second round pick to get the Commanders defensive end. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the Bears ultimately recoup for Jaylon Johnson. I would imagine it would be in line with potentially a second. But if you get a bidding war going, maybe that bumps up to a first round pick for the young cornerback. So it's going to be very fascinating to see what the San Francisco 49ers do in this situation. Do they pay potentially a premium to go out and get the young cornerback who also will be looking for a contract extension? So it's a bit of a twofold situation where, of course, you're being able to add young talent to your roster, but you're going to have to pay him. And I think he wants to be paid as one of the highest paid cornerbacks in the NFL. So, as we know, the 49ers have the league leading amount in cap space currently at about 42 million. So they have the money this year. Obviously, they're going to have to roll it over into next year to see what ultimately goes down. But as it's being reported, it does sound very serious that the San Francisco 49ers are exploring all potential trade options for a premier cornerback in Jaylon Johnson. This would obviously allow the 49ers to put him opposite side of Charvarius Ward. You would kick Diamador Lenore into the slot for the best three corners on the field, and I'm sure he would provide an immediate impact on this defense, considering how well he plays and has been playing this year. So you tell me in the comments below, what would you feel comfortable with the 49ers giving up to go and trade for Jaylon Johnson? Do you want them to get Jaylon Johnson? Obviously, Montez Sweat is out of the mix for the 49ers. So do the 49ers maybe look at Chase Young? Do they try to see if Brian Burns can be had? What do you think the 49ers do in this scenario to try to add additional help at the deadline? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.